Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Big up to everyone that's watching, and welcome back to another episode of the Day After Show, where we go through everything that happened against PSG yesterday in the Champions League. Champions League is supposed to be a competition for the best teams in Europe. You could argue the best teams in the world, and didn't look that way yesterday, based on some of the situations that we saw, and we're going to be explaining our thoughts with some in-depth analysis. This is one of the few shows where I got people messaging me, Syed and Kev. They both messaged me and they said, "Alex, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this." But then I was sort of in agreement with Scott, which is like, I don't really want to talk about this. I just want to hide in my closet. I mean, Scott didn't say that, but that's more me. But at some point, you have to come out. You have to address the situation. I don't even know what you would call this situation in football. I mean, it's such a unique one. It's not like United. It's not like Liverpool. It's certainly not like Tottenham. Definitely not like Man City or Arsenal. Chelsea's a very unique club. And we're going to dive into all of it. How are we all doing, guys? How are we all doing? Apart from Kev, he's back. I mean, Kev, let's start off with you, mate. Let's get you off mute first, and then how are you feeling? You've muted yourself.
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm very, very well. In life, I'm good, but with Chelsea, I don't even know what to freaking say anymore, bro. I'm done stressing. I'm done stressing about the club. I'm done moaning about it. It is what it is, bro. That's what I'm like now. Could have been 10-2 yesterday. Could have been 15-2. Could have been 22. Don't care. I am just careless about Chelsea now, bro. Gone past the days of me stressing, and when Chelsea used to lose, I used to have a bad. I'm a sore loser. I used to have a really bad day, really bad night. Looked at the result last night on my phone, 2-2. I was thinking we are not holding this game out. I have no belief we're not holding this game out. Started packing away, doing my thing. Looked again, 5-2 within 10 minutes. Oh, cool. Not even asked, bro. And then I got home, watched the highlights. Before we even got home, I've seen, Tottenham fans piping up, we thought our keeper was bad. Look at Jorgensen tonight. Am I surprised that Jorgensen made a mistake last night? Are you surprised that Jorgensen made a mistake last night? Are you surprised that the defence played shit last night? Are you surprised that we can't hold... Look at the mentality of the squad, how weak it is, bro. We're talking... And I have to keep going back to when I was growing up. Do you think that would have happened? Do you think back in 2012, if we was 2-2, got back to 2-2 at PSG, do you think they'd concede 3 goals in the last 10 minutes? With John Terry, with Carvalho, with Petr Cech, with Ballax, with Drogba, do you think that would have happened last night, bro? And we have to keep... It's just copy, paste, repeat, bro. No leadership. No passion, no drive. Mistake after mistake. Bad managerial substitutions, bro. Time after time after time after time after time, bro. Repeating ourselves on this show. This is why I've had a few months off, bro. And I come back. And has anything changed, bro? In that period of time, bro? New manager. Oh, went on a little run. What are we now? Back to square one, bro. Oh, we get a little win against Villa. Oh, wow. Get a little... Just about scrape a win against Wrexham. And you can say what you want, bro. Oh, we didn't have our best team out. Rare. I don't want to be hearing that shit, bro. Don't want to be hearing it. Fucking Wrexham, bro. And you can't even get past the line. I just don't know what to say, bro. I'm done with the whole shit, bro. Chelsea Football Club's a shit show, bro. And it will continue to be like this for good, bro. We ain't getting Chelsea back now, bro. Let's get used to this shit, bro. Every single week, goalkeeper errors. Every single week, defensive errors. Every fucking week, bro. That's it now. This is it. Get used to it.
Scott, how are you, mate? How are you doing?
Sorry to the festival.
Outside of football,
Sorry,
very good.
bro.
Inside of football, like I my desire to talk about Chelsea dwindles every single day, in every single moment. Yeah, I'm at where I'm at before. We had that conversation about how, I think on the last stream, or one of the last streams, about how we feel about Chelsea going forward and whatnot. And yeah, every single day the joy I have about this club is diminished. Yeah, that like there's I don't even know what to say. There's so little about this club to have any hope or positivity or like anything about, because the small moments you have of positivity are drowned in the sea of shit that is created, whether it's by the owners, the sporting directors, now the manager. Yeah.
Joy. God, what a word. Joy. what it is to be joyful. Saeed, you went on holiday. You're back. How was life?
Life is actually pretty good, you know. But just to piggyback off what the boys said here, life in football is pretty dull right now. I don't feel any sense of pride being a Chelsea fan right now. Like before, when I used to watch Chelsea teams, even the teams that weren't winning league titles, I was proud. I was proud of some of the players that we had, the experience that we had, the leadership, the mentality, you know, managers running down the touchline when we score in the final minute, gates banging. But now it doesn't. I feel nothing anymore. I know even if we're winning, we're probably going to bottle a lead. Even if we don't get a red card, we're probably going to give the other team a goal. You know, we're going to sign a rugby coach to help us. You know, it's just one of those where I've tapped out. I've just had enough of this football club. I've had enough of this institution. They're just pissing me off now. And when you've got leadership in this club that don't want to work with the fan base, that don't want to listen to us, and you compare it to a time where Roman Abramovich used to sit in the shed end, it's just not the same Chelsea. It's not my Chelsea that I grew up loving.
It's done, bruv. It's done.
And I'm only smiling because somebody said João Pedro was in the stream.
To be fair, like I will say this, big up to Crack X Dodo Nabs Fuming Someone Pack Rosenior. We're gonna get into Rosenior, my friend.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot coming for that guy.
We're gonna get into Rosenior.
Don't even get. Don't.
But we're not gonna go there yet, Kev. We're going.
It's a waste of fucking time.
We wanna work our way there. You know, wine and dine first, and then we can get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, let's shoot off the front lines first, then let's go for the general afterwards. Isn't it? That's how it works.
I mean, I will say this: I've never done PSG away before. I didn't want to go to Aston Villa. I dragged myself to that game. In fact, I'm sure I have a video because for those of you, obviously, I do the match day vlogs. I was meant to do a vlog for Aston Villa, and I swear to God, I recorded something before because I was going to do the vlog, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm outside the stadium." So I did like my intro, and I'm trying to see if I've got what I wanted to find. Basically, I was saying like, "Don't really want to be here, but you know, is what it is." In fact, I'm going to play it out loud now. I don't even know if, yeah.
Well, I'm outside Villa Park, and I'll be honest.
Can you hear that properly? Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
God, I didn't want to come. I don't want to. Could I be asked to come to this game on a Wednesday night? No. Really, honestly, I really considered not coming. Couldn't be bothered. Just in one of those moods. Don't feel good about Chelsea. It's a little bit grumpy anyway, if I'm honest. And I don't know. I mean, I said this in previous days. I said I think we could get a result here. I still think we can, but do I look at Chelsea right now and feel confident about what we're doing? No. I've seen Sanchez has been dropped for Jorgensen. Does that fill me with confidence? No. We've got Garnacho starting. I'm going to make a bold prediction of 1-1.
Bold prediction of 1-1. I mean, that's how I felt before Villa, and then we won that game, and I still wasn't pumped. I was like, ugh. And I binned off Wrexham, so I don't want to fucking go. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You know, like, by the way, just to be very clear, I'm still absolutely keen on following Chelsea home and away. But like, there comes a point where it's like, am I going to sacrifice serious aspects of my personal life and my genuine mental health for this team?
You know,
I'm not doing it.
Alex, I know exactly how you feel, because you know the Arsenal game, yeah? I had a ticket for that. I dragged myself there. I didn't want to go because I knew we were going to flip and lose. And I was fasting that day. I said, I'm going to have to break my fast with just a tuna sandwich in the stadium. You know, let me just force myself to get there. Let me just
tuna sandwich that cost me about
I get my ass there.
56.
And Alex knows it was freezing cold after that game. I literally told Alex at the fan camp, don't worry, this ain't going to be 10 minutes. I'm going to make this quick. And I think we wrapped up in 4 minutes.
It was a quick one. Yeah, it was a quick one.
Bro, you know what it is? Do you know,
Hang on, Kev. Let me just bear with me,
Yeah.
Kev. But like, so I'm going to Villa, and I'm there. Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, don't go to Wrexham. I had a great weekend, by the way. Fantastic weekend. I mean, we won, but can I say it was convincing? Absolutely not. But anyway, go to Paris, and what did we do? We went to the Eiffel Tower. Didn't realize Charlie and Lewis have a really big fear of heights. They couldn't stand like at the edge of the Eiffel Tower. They just couldn't do it. I was like, you're right, Charlie. His legs were, weak. I was like, fair enough. Anyway, that was good fun. Nice food, like Paris, nice city. Get into the stadium, great atmosphere. And I was like, by the end of it, I mean, I looked at Rachel because Rachel come with me, and I just said, I honestly don't know how the fuck we do this. I don't know how we do this. I was past the point of anger, because there were some people still fuming and like having a go. It's like disbelief almost. It's like we have turned Spursy. I mean, Spurs is Spurs, and that's a capitulation in itself. But Spursy is still a saying that anyone can understand, and we don't have any sense of big game aura. Like,
we're not. I'll be real. We're not Spurs. That's not the comparison.
But Spursy, Scott. That was my point.
We're not even Spursy. We're not Spursy.
What we did yesterday was Spursy. It was.
No. What happened yesterday was Arsenal. We're Arsenal under Wenger. This is what happened in big games. Arsenal under Wenger. 8-2 Bayern. That's the equivalent of what happened yesterday. I'm gonna be so honest.
It could be 8-2. It could be 8-2.
Like the losses, the embarrassing losses to City that they had in Man United. We are Arsenal under Wenger. That's what we've come to. That's what we are. We might, by some grace of God, by the powers of be that we're getting the luckiest draw known to man, make it to an FA Cup final or semi-final. Praise be. That's what we got to hope for. There's no hope in the Champions League. There will never be any hope in the Champions League under this manager and this ownership group. We have no hope in the league. There will never be any hope in the league under this manager and this ownership group.
There's no hope. There's no hope in the freaking. There's no hope in the League Cup, bro. There's no hope. I don't know how we even won the Club World Cup, bro. But we didn't even deserve it, bro. PSG deserved that cup, bro. So let's be real, bro. We won that far off it. I don't know how we got it. I don't even want to see what it is. That gold badge don't mean nothing to me, bro. If you're gonna win something, you gotta show yourself that you're winners, bro. Right now, bro. Going to Wrexham with your gold badge, bro, and Wrexham are a better team than us, bro. Let's be real, bro. How's that proving to anybody that we're going in the right direction, bro? For me personally, bro, that's it just covers over we're trying to paper over the cracks here and believe that, oh yeah, we won this last season, we got a champ. Bro, it's been this ownership have killed the club, bro. We're never going to be back to where we was. It's just everyone's chasing dreams.
Kev, just to piggyback off that, yeah? You see the Club World Cup. We deserved it because we absolutely battered PSG. But I'll be real, this ownership and these players somewhat deserve that trophy. Shall I tell you why? Because it weren't these players. It weren't these owners that got us into the Club World Cup. Qualifying for that Club World Cup was actually harder than winning it. Because to qualify, you had to win a Champions League. Who done that? That wasn't this Chelsea. That was Roman's Chelsea. That was Thiago Silva. That was Rudiger.
Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club won that, not CFC LDN.
Yeah.
And let me get back to what I was saying to you. I just don't know where we go from here. I can't see us getting Champions League next season. I just don't think we're going to get top 4. Can we win the FA Cup? I doubt we're going to do that. So when you look at it, it's been an absolute stinker for a season again, bro.
Well, I mean, I will say this.
Stinker of a season again, bro.
But I will say this, you know, and I mean, Scott, I know you laugh about me finding positives. I try and be as level-headed as possible. I do feel like last year I lost it. You know, when I went on some of my Maresca tangents, I had full head loss, and I don't want to get there. I mean, I will get there if it continues, but yeah, I want to try and be as level-headed as possible. We've done better in the FA Cup so far this season than last season. Carabao Cup was better than last season.
Bro.
If you look at the way we've performed in all competitions, we haven't had the luxury of rotating that we had last year with Conference League. Okay, we didn't have a break in the summer. Call it an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's a fact. Okay, I'm not defending anyone, but I'm just putting the facts on the table. And you do what you want with that information. And I think that, one positive that we didn't have on our side last year that we have this year is we have more stability. Like, we have players that have played together. We have players that understand each other more. We have a few new ones, no doubt, but it's more stable than the previous year, in my opinion.
Stable? Did you say stable?
Absolutely.
We've got 9 red. We've got 9 red
under
cards.
Maresca, that was the most stable Chelsea had ever been under Clear Lake.
We've got 9 this season. We've got 9 red cards. I think we've got,
we were still more stable than we were last year.
Oh,
absolutely. Because we're playing in Champions League, we're not playing in Conference League, and we've done better in all our domestic competitions.
Yeah, but the reason why we get into Champions League and we're more unstable because we decided to basically piss off a whole summer transfer window and buy inexperience.
I didn't say the window was good. I just said we were stable as a football club. You can be stable and be mediocre.
We got to the League Cup because we didn't have to play too many.
I didn't say we were successful. I said we were stable.
You know these little FA Cup runs. If you don't win, it doesn't mean nothing. I don't care if you get further into the competition. You know what I mean? As long
I didn't say you have to care. I just said we're stable. All I did was point out the facts.
I don't think
that's the reality. That's the reality.
I don't think we're stable at all.
I'm not saying we're stable now, but what I said was under Maresca, that was the most stable Chelsea had ever been.
I thought you were talking as a whole for this season. Okay.
Well, if you're looking at this season, I mean, it's been fucking chaos.
That's true. Maresca did. Aside from
more stability under that guy
December,
than anything.
I'd say aside from December, we were very stable under Maresca.
This is the thing. So I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, I said before, you know, to Scott, I said, I said I would make a decision at the end of March. You know, we've got PSG, we've got Newcastle, we've got Everton. Let's see what happens then. Am I a fan of Rosenior? No. Do I hate him? No. Is this game the worst game I think he's had as Chelsea manager?
I hate him, bro. I hate him.
You and me, but I'll be real.
I hate him, bro.
You and me both.
Since the day he stepped in, bro, man. I don't like him, bro. And I don't like the way he talks. I just hate him, bro. Get him out the fucking club, bro, already, bro. I hate him. I hate everybody at Chelsea, bro. Fuck them all, bro. Honestly, bro. What are we doing here?
But Kev, let me ask you this. Would you rather have Gary O'Neill at charge? And this is why I'm being level-headed. There's
no need to be level-headed, bro, about this. You got to be real, bro. He was this guy, bro.
I have followed Chelsea home and away for almost 8 years.
I know.
And I'm still in my 20s. If I'm not level-headed, I'm not going to make it any longer. So, you know, you've got to find a sustainable way to do it. I can't be shouting every stream or I won't have a voice to scream with.
There's been level-headed and there's been real, bro. You got to be real, bro.
I am being real. I laid all the facts on the table. Am I wrong with what I said?
I know what you're talking about.
I understand. You know what? I appreciate it.
Way,
you know what? You know, the work rate you put in for this club, bro, I appreciate it, bro. But even if right now I was a billionaire, bro, I wouldn't be wasting a penny on it, bro. Like, I went
Well,
to the Arsenal
I will
game.
say this as well, Kev.
I went to the Arsenal game a few weeks ago when we lost in the League Cup, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself, bro, what the fuck am I doing here, bro? What am I doing here? What is this I'm watching, bro?
Mate, it's the love of the
What have we
Chelsea.
watched?
We love it. We're addicted. And still, it's like it's a toxic relationship. You just feel like you have to come back. Think about it, Kev. You took a break for months from coming on this show, and we've dragged you back again for the love, mate. This is what we do. And
You know what it is?
it's a toxic hobby.
You know what?
But this is what it is.
Bro, I'm not a reactionary person, bro.
You are.
See, with me, I needed to take a little step back and just evaluate over the last couple of months how things are going to turn out. And I was not going to be wishy-washy. I don't care if Liam Rosenior won 50 games in a row. I don't like him, bro. Yeah, simple as that. So
Yeah, but that's not simple as that. You've got to give a proper reason.
I'm not going to be the kind of guy that, we had that little run when he came in and everyone was fucking sucking his dick, bro. All of a sudden, the cracks are appearing again, and then people are saying, this and that, the other, bro. Yeah, bro, I'm not about it, bro. The guy should not be in Chelsea. Full stop, bro. He's not up to our standard, bro, and it will be shown. Every big game is making mistakes, bro. It's starting. Who is going to start your second goalkeeper in the Champions League latter stages? Who does it?
Well, this is the thing, right? So
who does it?
Apparently, he's not the number 2 anymore.
Yeah, apparently he's the number 1. He's the number 1. This club is finished. Like, you know, the fact that everybody sitting here has watched Jorgensen probably more than Liam Rosenior. You know that we all collectively have probably watched more of Jorgensen than Liam Rosenior, and we all said before that game he should not be starting. Why? Because we know he's a bozo. We know that he's a trip hazard. The insurance policy that you have on Robert Sanchez is far better than Jorgensen.
I think if Sanchez makes a mistake, everyone goes, for fuck's sake. But they also know what he can do when he pulls out the stops, right? They know the level that man can get to. It's like if you had, I'm trying to think of a player off the top of my head. Nobody comes to mind. But you have a player who can do magical things, but he's a pain in the arse as well, right? It's like, are you going to take that risk? But you know when it clicks, it's unstoppable.
Bro, I'm going to speak, bro. I'm going to just stick to the facts here, bro. Why are you going to start your second goalkeeper in the latter stages?
Well, we know the reason why. We know the reason why.
The biggest game of our season.
The reason was because Sanchez was making mistakes. That's the reason.
Sanchez barely made any mistakes this year. Yeah, he fucked up against Arsenal.
In recent games, we can't deny Sanchez has been poor. And I'm not saying that he should have been dropped, but he was poor in recent games. His distribution was poor. And to be honest with you, I didn't feel very comfortable with him in set pieces at times. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. I'm not saying that Jorgensen should have started, but it's like I said on the voice note before Villa, I was like, do I think Jorgensen is going to be the solution? No, but do I think Sanchez is the solution? No, I don't particularly want either.
Nowhere near, even against Wrexham, bro. Bro, look at the planning. Why not start Jorgensen against Wrexham and start your best keeper against PSG, bro? I'm just.
And you know the Aston Villa game, yeah? Jorgensen didn't have much to do. Let's be honest. Aston Villa we caught Aston Villa at a very good time where they don't have McGinn. They don't have what's his name? Tielemans. They don't have Kamara. There's a lot of players missing. They're going for a tough spell, and we caught them at a very good time. People need to look at that. We decide to play this man in a round of 16, the biggest game of our season. We have not seen the round of 16 in Champions League football since 2023, and Liam Rosenior decided to gamble on this guy. I don't know where, I don't know what training clips that he saw. I don't know if somebody used AI and cropped Manuel Neuer's face onto him or something. Like, this was unbelievable. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have to be put to the sword. I said that I'm not going to blame Rosenior. I said I won't blame Rosenior because I do feel like he's been put in a position where he's set up to fail. But I
disagree with that to an extent. I think that just on the game yesterday, at least 90% of the game is down to him as to why we lost, and especially why we lost so big. Fun fact, that's the first time in nearly 2 years we've lost by more than 3 goals since Arsenal 5-0 under Poch. So that's fantastic.
But can I just say one thing? I mean, it was nothing like when we lost against Arsenal. It was nothing like that. It was
Maybe
not even remotely
maybe
similar.
offensively, but defensively it was probably as bad. Yeah, I think I would agree on some points with the Rosenior being set up to foul in moments, in terms of, obviously, the personnel, the quality level is not there in certain places. We can 100% see that. Like, the lap is shit. Some of the guys we have starting for us, all our centre-backs are incredibly mid. Gusto is incredibly mid. I think some of the quality, like the options off the bench in terms of bringing guys on are not at the level. You look at the difference between them bringing Kvaratskhelia on and us bringing like the Lap, Garnacho, these kind of guys on. However, all of that aside, no one within the fucking club told Liam Rosenior to start Jorgensen. And the reason he's starting Jorgensen, it's got nothing, well, part of it is to do with the Sanchez thing, but the reason he starts Jorgensen is because he has his way of playing. He wants a goalkeeper that can play as another centre-back, an auxiliary centre-back, that can play on the edge of their box, can dictate the game. It's what he had at Strasbourg in Penders, you know.
And by the way, Penders made a lot of mistakes as well.
Yes, he did, but he's young. He's going to do that. Sanchez can't do that. We saw that under Maresca. Maresca tried the same thing and realised after some months, it doesn't work. I need to change it to stop this guy having touches on the ball, stop having him in moments where he's pressed and he has moments where his head goes frazzled, he doesn't know what to do and he makes mistakes. Everything we just saw from Jorgensen, by the way, yesterday is the exact same as what I just described. But because you have your way of wanting to build up, you have to go. Number one, you use Sanchez in the exact way that Maresca was trying to use him and it didn't work, which is why it failed against Arsenal. Sanchez's worst games under Rosenior came from him being the dictator on the football pitch with the football, having a million touches and trying to play out from the back. There's no coincidence there. He can't do it. He cannot do it. So it's the 2 worst games he's had under Rosenior. So it's quite clear he can't do that. So instead of changing your system slightly to suit the guy who's arguably player of the season this year and is statistically top 3 goalkeepers in the league, regardless of how I or you or anyone else feels on ability, he's top 3 goalkeepers in the league this season minimum on form and on stats.
Who's that, Sanchez?
You decide to change or have the system that doesn't get the best out of the goalkeeper and change the goalkeeper to someone who's worse. Jorgensen might be the worst goalkeeper we've ever seen in this football club. I would take a 42-year-old Mark Schwartz over him. He is terrible. And we know
At
this.
least Schwartz was reliable.
100%. Same with Turnbull. They were decent shot stoppers.
I'd rather have fucking Mark Bosnich, bro, with fucking one leg than Sanchez.
I'd rather him.
Why are we still here talking about Sanchez, bro?
Kev, I'd rather have Mark Bosnich in a different form. You know, I'd rather have him not all there, to put it lightly. If people know, they know. Than Jorgensen. But yeah, so you decided to do this when you didn't need to do this. And number one, the other thing that gets me. Sanchez had a bad game against Arsenal in the league. No one can deny that. He was not the reason why we lost that game. The game you could have dropped him for, and it would have made sense, was the Brentford game straight after the first leg against Arsenal, because he was the only reason we lost that first leg was Sanchez. Would have made sense if you put him in, take him out for Brentford. He's been responsible for why we lost the last game. You take him out of the next game. You didn't. You kept him in. So why now against Arsenal, where yes, he was bad, but he wasn't the reason we lost, you now decide to change it? In the most important part of the season, we've got the hardest run of the season, the most important section in terms of it's the lead up to the end of the season where you have to get the points. Now you decide to change it. Rosenior has made, since he's been here, so many faults, but we have won games. You know, I think structurally, this is the worst we've looked since Poch, defensively. Like, it's Poch-esque of how open we are, how much of an island these defenders and midfielders at times are. And it's all of them. They all are not great anyway, but you're making their life harder. The defensive structure is abysmal. Then it's compounded by the quality of players we have, and you don't make their life easier. At least Maresca, as bad as these players were, Maresca attempted to have a system that tried to hide their deficits. It didn't always work. because these guys suck. But he tried to hide the deficits. You're not even attempting to hide the deficits. You're making them worse. I don't want to see Fofana pressing the goalkeeper, basically, at one point. For no fucking reason. For absolutely no fucking reason. Who does that benefit? Them, the other team. Because now there's space behind, because Chalobah's the only centre-back. Great.
What do you think the thinking is there?
Say again?
With what do you think the thinking is there? Because I've
I don't
noticed
know.
at the beginning of the game, it looked like Fofana was in midfield.
I can't, Alex, I can't tell you because I can't think of an excuse, a world. I can't bend my brain in enough ways to make that make sense in my head. So I'm not going to attempt to. I'd hurt my head. I'd give myself a headache trying to think that.
I mean, if you're saying, so hang on. So because I'll be honest with you, I had a pretty bad seat in the stadium. I had the net in front of me. It was difficult to see a lot of the things that you would have seen on the telly. So you're telling me that there was a moment where Fofana was pressing the goalkeeper?
Moments. It was more than one.
Okay, it wasn't a goalkeeper. That was slightly hyperbolic. There was a point. PSG had the ball. The goalkeeper passed out someone. One of the PSG players, it was either one of the front line or one of the midfielders, dropped to collect the ball. Fofana pressed them, and because of how the press was organised, he was the furthest player forward of our team defensively because he'd pressed the guy out of midfield. So he was effectively, if the ball went to the goalkeeper, he would have been the closest man to the goalkeeper in that situation from a Chelsea point of view.
Yeah.
Like, can I just say something? Yeah, you see, we all know that we messed up that game, but it was still 3-2. Yeah, as good as PSG were. As good as PSG were, and as good as they are, even PSG know only having a 1-goal advantage and going away from home to Stamford Bridge. That isn't a safety. There's no safety net there. So you knew they were going to commit more goals. In the 75th minute, they score. In the 84th minute, he decides to take off Cole Palmer and João Pedro. William Pacho got the better of João Pedro that day. But the fact that you took those two off here and bring on Lavia, holding midfielder for Palmer, and then just condense that midfield, not allowing us to play out. And when you actually look at when Reece James lost our ball leading up to Kvaratskhelia goal, it was actually because Reece James looked up and he looked towards the right-hand side and he realized, hold on, there's no one there because Palmer's off. And they're not moving into those spaces anymore. After that happened, Kvaratskhelia cuts in and scores. Like the in-game substitution, that in-game substitution was so bad, and I don't know why people aren't talking about it. Because Cole Palmer was not world class yesterday. But I'll tell you something, he was one of the reasons why we were getting into their box, because he was stretching them, he was getting in behind, he was forcing João Neves, he was taking advantage of Nuno Mendes overcommitting, and he was forcing João Neves to leave that midfield position and go follow him. And he was being smart, he was holding up the ball, and he was giving it into dangerous areas. A lot of the time, Palmer didn't score, but he had his fingerprints around a lot of goals. Why you're taking him off with 6 minutes to go makes no sense. It made no sense, because I think if João Pedro and Cole Palmer was still on that pitch, PSG would have still overcommitted. They would not have been comfortable with just having a 1-goal advantage going to Stamford Bridge. They wanted another goal. They were committing. And if you had Cole Palmer there, we have an outlet on that right-hand side. It just made no sense.
No, I mean, everyone in the stadium thought the same thing. I mean, I don't know what you. I mean, I get the impression you think PSG played well, but from everyone that I spoke to, even myself, like, I'm not saying PSG played badly, but I think by their standards, they weren't that great. They created some good chances. We had luck in terms of Dembele hitting the post and everything like that, and I did feel like they could cut us open, but we got more and more confident throughout that match. If we didn't concede that stupid goal from Jorgensen to make it 3-2, I said, we were in it to win it. Like, whether we were open or not, we were in the game. And so that there is a part of me that thinks, PSG are a great side, but on the day, I don't think they were actually anywhere near their best. I mean, they were clinical, but that doesn't mean you played well.
No, I agree. I think it was a very even game up until the third goal. Like I think it was a case of like both teams were causing mistakes from the other team. Like if you look at like basically every goal that was scored, to be fair, like in the game, but let's just focus on like the first 4, for example. Like you could argue all four of the first goal, four goals, so R2 and their two, came from mistakes in some way. R2, one was, Nuno Mendes just getting caught out of position defensively. So Gusto's free in the box somehow and gets that goal. And it's a dreadful attempt at a save from the goalkeeper. Like, he should save that. It's terrible goalkeeping. The second goal for us is just the weirdest crossfield ball I've ever seen attempted, kind of outside the foot, like just some weird spin on it that takes it away from, I think it was like Doué got a touch, but because of the touch he had to take, he just loses the ball instantly. We obviously go up there and score. And then you look at their first two goals. I mean, the first goal was a very good strike, but it comes from the fact of you've got, three guys in close proximity to Barcola and not a single person defends. Also, you've got, I think it was Neto or someone, you've got Neto just doesn't even attempt to tackle on the edge of the box to stop the cross before it comes in. Then it gets head back across Barcola. And then the second one we had, what was the second? Oh, the second goal we concede is obviously that counter attack where Chalobah just steps out of defense again for no reason, and then you've got Fofana getting spun for about the 10th time in the game at that point, and then Jorgensen.
Is that when they had the counter?
Yeah, when obviously Palmer doesn't score, and then they have that counter, and Dembele spins Fofana, and then Jorgensen doesn't even attempt to make a save.
I honestly thought Fofana could have done better there. Like
Fofana was tragic the whole game.
He kept up with him, and then right at the end, like. I know it's a lot easier. I mean, to give Dembele some credit, he's 2-footed, so
100%. I think someone actually posted a clip of that goal and the chance he had in the Club World Cup in a similar position where Sanchez made the save, like the excellent save, like reaction save to his right, and it's like when you have a goalkeeper who, there's faults with him, but he's excellent at those reaction saves, at getting down quick. You see what can happen. But yeah, you look at the goals and you go, okay, it's kind of both teams causing the other team to make mistakes. It comes down to the same thing, which is who's got the better team, who's got more quality. Because you look at the XG and it's, they only had 0.92 or whatever the fuck it was, and we had 1 point something. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but it's because guys like Kvaratskhelia and Dembele and Vitinha, they can have these low XG chances. Like that Vitinha chance, that's a low XG chance. The Kvaratskhelia first goal, that's a low XG chance. Yeah. Even like the Dembele one, you could probably argue that's not a massively high XG chance because they've like the covering defender and everything. Yeah. They have the quality to score those. Let's just take the Dembele goal, for example. How many players in our team, I'm not even going to go attackers, how many players in our team score that goal?
Sorry, say again, which goal?
The Dembele goal. How many players in our team score that?
No, I guess the closest thing that we had was Estevao against Palace, but then he doesn't have the pace
I would argue there's two players that I would back on a regular occasion to score that type of goal, and that's João Pedro and Palmer. Outside of that, even Estevao, I wouldn't back him on a regular occasion to score that goal.
That's a very hard finish.
Well, if Fofana's defending there, it depends on who the defender is. Fofana, laterally, I don't know what happened to Fofana, yeah? When he was at Leicester, he was very quick. Now it's like he's stuck in the mud every time when he has to shift left and right.
That's what 8 knee injuries will do to a man.
Because he's got one knee.
Yeah. And that
that's one knee, brother. He's got no knees. He's had 8 knee injuries. At least, like you've got to have more than one injury in both knees at this point. Unless you've just been really unlucky and it's the same knee every time, which, bro, your knee's cooked. You've got no knee in that instance. If you've had 8 knee injuries to the same knee, you've got no knee. You're not walking.
And that's the issue. Why are we relying on players like this?
I don't know. It's almost like we've been here before, and I said these guys.
This is my issue with our family.
It costs 80 million. That's why they want to invest. That's why they want to put their faith in him, because they can't sell him for a profit.
Yeah, but this is my issue with this fan base. Yeah, people have their favorites, whether it's Chalobah, whether it's what's it called, Fofana. In terms of the centre backs, and what? I've come to realize why they like them. It's because they compare them to the likes of Tosin and Badiashile. No, absolutely. Compare them to Gabriel. Compare them to Saliba. Compare them to William Pacho. This is what.
If every team did that, nobody would like any of that.
This isn't every team. This is Chelsea Football Club. This is Chelsea Football Club, a club that has 9 European trophies. This is not a normal club.
I think Saeed's being generous there. You don't have to compare them to the top. Compare any of our centre backs to Matthias de Ligt,
Konsa, Compare them to Konsa.
Concert, Pau Torres,
Mm.
to the likes of
Mark Gahey.
I'll say Mark Gahey, to the likes of Fabian Schär,
Yeah.
to the likes of Botman when he was fit.
They
Malik
don't
Thiaw
allow-
was coming at Newcastle. You can't tell me any of our centre-backs are better than any of the dudes I've just mentioned. And if they are, it's marginal. These are guys starting for teams in and around us or below us.
Mm-hmm.
So why in the fuck are they playing for us?
And I feel like
We are in a position where you cannot tell me, or you can try to, I will argue this till I'm dead, that there is no noticeable difference between any of our centre-backs. Some might be better than others. Tosin is obviously the worst, but you cannot tell me that the difference between him and Fofana is the space of a valley. You can't tell me that it's mountains.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's different leagues. Literally,
it's not.
Premier
I'm
League
watching
and Championship.
Fofana
What did you just say? Hold on. What did you just say?
I said it's different leagues. You've got a Premier League defender and you've got a Champions League.
Shall I be honest? All of our centre-backs are closer to Tosin than they are to William Pacho.
Okay,
There
that's
you go.
fair. That's fair.
You can't tell me there's leagues between those two. When
No,
I'm
there
watching,
There is actually.
I'm watching
Fofana's
Fofana.
best and Tosin's best is different levels.
That's no cool. We're not talking best. I'm talking consistency on a regular basis. I'm seeing.
Okay,
the
Fofana's
same
just
level.
never fit, so that's a difficult.
No, it's not a never fit. I'm talking about the mistakes they make on a football pitch that cost us goals, cost us points, cost us games. They are equal.
Big question here, boy. Yeah. The big question here is, yeah, do you honestly think they're going to change these defenders next year? Do you honestly think that?
No. Well, I do think Tosin and Chalobah are gone. Whether the rest are gone remains to be seen.
I think Joshua Champong might be gone as well.
Will be here next season, bro. I can bank on it, bro. I can bank on it. They're not changing shit. You know what? You know who's going to come in next year? That guy with the set to Strasbourg.
You know what's frustrating as a fan? The fact that we are paying our money week in, week out, or we're watching our team, we're following our team, yeah, and we can see the issues directly in front of us. If you change those two centre-backs and bring in a quality keeper, you move from being a struggling top 4 team to getting into the top 4 year in, year out. You add an attacker to that, a quality attack on the left wing, you might challenge for a Premier League title. The fact that these owners, these sporting directors, what's that thing that Horses got? Blinders. They've got blinders on and they're just not looking around. We can all see that. It's embarrassing when other clubs can see it as well. They barely tune into what Chelsea from time to time.
Bro, it's not in the fact they've got blinders on, bro. They're not ready to be at a club like Chelsea, bro. That's it. They're not got blinders on. This is what they know. They have been put in this club to replicate a Brighton model, bro. These guys are working at Brighton. They are not ready to be at Chelsea, bro. Simple as that.
100%.
So this is the reason why they can't get the big transfers over the line. Look at the summer, Mark Mignon.
Yeah, we were busting about over that.
By the way, I think he's on.
Let me finish. That was the transfer that could have took us from there immediately, and that would have given the defense so much stability, so much confidence. That would have given us confidence that these 4 members are equipped enough just to go and get a bit of experience and a bit of world class. Couldn't get it across the line. We're now left with the same 2 keepers that potentially are going to focus out the Champions League, focus at the Champions League places, and we're here moaning, and we're blaming this X, Y, and Z.
And we're in a lot of trouble if we don't get Champions League football next year as well, aren't we? Financially.
Yes.
Apparently so. If depending on what came out today,
I don't believe that we're going to get it, bro. Let me put it like this. Last season, I had more hope for us to get Champions League this season. I ain't got no hope this season. I don't know what it is. There's not a good feeling.
Well, the thing is, we could put all of our energy into the Premier League last season because the Conference League was piss, mate. Now we're focusing on multiple fronts.
I don't know what it is.
We also had a better squad last season than we do this season.
I had a better season about Chelsea this season, bro. I've just got, after the transfer window we witnessed, after seeing Garnacho in the Chelsea shirt, Liam Delap in the Chelsea shirt, I'm just done with this mud, bro. What we're seeing, bro. I just got no.
It's fucking terrible,
bro.
Going
I
back
don't understand the lap, mate. I'm getting sick of that one. Do you know what? I defended that signing for a while, and
Who do you
there's
think is
still
the worst signing,
still a-
Shamak for Arsenal or Delap for Chelsea?
Delap for us. He's the worst striker. He is categorically the worst striker we've ever had at Chelsea Football Club.
that's not true. The worst
Yes, it
we've
is.
ever had.
No, that
I
is,
would
that
argue
is,
Higuain was the worst striker.
Higuain was better. Higuain, at least Higuain was fat.
I fucking
He was
hated
overweight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Higuain-
that's he
He's
couldn't run.
30-something years old. He's
Yeah, no, but
great.
Higuain had a
conversation, bro.
Higuain still had ability, and when he got in the box, he was still a finisher. He was just fat.
No, but
as
that's
fuck.
like
was
saying, yeah, but we
absolutely
don't want to talk about
at
the
his
lap
level.
having a good game against Hull, but we'll talk about Higuain scoring the double against Huddersfield and giving him credit
I
in
was
that
at that
game.
game, by the way. It was a
Yeah,
banger.
man, and it was a great goal. But like,
Higuain scored a banger against
I don't
Burnley.
think Delap's the worst striker in Chelsea's
He is the worst striker we've ever had. You know, he's got less goals in around about the same amount of appearances. He's got less goals than Matthias Kesman in the league.
Look, I mean, I'd be willing to accept that argument.
Kesman was fucking way better than Delap. Don't even
He hasn't been here long enough for to make that argument.
He's shit.
To be fair, my point, that sounds a bit hypocritical because Higuain was only on a 6-month loan. So
he got 5 goals in 14 games for us. Higuain did in the league.
He wasn't horrible.
That's what I'm saying. And I'll be honest.
Which teams were they against? 2 against Huddersfield.
Brother, Delap can't get them against any team in the Premier League outside of one. So,
Higuain
like
scored
that,
against Burnley. I was there in the shed lower when he banged it in. Him and Azpilicueta linked up and he smacked it in.
Shall I be honest?
Champions
I
League.
think if Reece James plays up top, he'll be a better striker than Delap.
yes, he would.
I don't know what's going on with that guy. I thought he would have better hold-up play.
He reads.
I
That's
thought
what's
he
going
would
on.
have
He's just-
better
You
link
know what
up.
it is? I've realized. I know why Delap doesn't have good hold-up play. I think like he was watching a Diddy documentary or two and decided to put a lot of baby oil on his body in it. Hence why every time he touches a ball, it's just going off there. It's going off there. I think that's what it is. He's got lubrication all over his body because that guy cannot control a flipping football. Like, forget about the finishing. All the other aspects of being a striker, he's very bad at. Positionally, he's bad. Holding up the ball, he's bad. Passing, short passing, he's bad. Spinning off, he's bad. Finding space, he's bad. Crossing a ball, he done a nice little cross in the Club World Cup. Aside from that, he's bad. Like, what is he good at? He's good at running into people. We signed a bulldozer, bro. We didn't sign a footballer.
Level striker, bro. And he's our number 9.
He wouldn't start. I've said this before. He wouldn't start for Coventry right now.
Into the club, bro. I knew it. I thought, okay, people was like, oh, yo, £30 million, that's a bargain. How is that a bargain, bro, for a striker that's never done nothing
Well,
in the
for
game?
what Delap was when we signed him, mate, a lot of clubs would have paid probably 40 to 50 mil, and you know that's true.
No, they
United, Tottenham, Chelsea.
United and Tottenham would not have paid, and if they would, we'd have laughed at them.
Because he scored 11 goals in the Premier League, and you want to pay
4 of them were penalties.
Mate, mate, they signed Sesko for like 70.
Sesko's a better footballer. Sesko's a better footballer.
Nobody said that Sesko's a bad footballer, but if you're telling me that a club can get Delap for 30 million, I think everyone was in agreement at the time that it was a good signing. Nobody had anything against it.
Why do you think we got him though, Alex? Why do you think we're stupid to get him? Do you think we've got him to score goals?
Kev, at the time when we signed Delap, did you say that it was a stupid signing?
Got Delap to win the trophy.
Well, no, I never said that. Who said that?
We signed him to score goals. We signed him because he's cheap. We can loan him out and then flip him for 40, 50 million pounds in a year.
Correct. Yes, you're right that we can sign him for the financial reasons, but you can't deny that he was a good player at Ipswich.
He was okay at Ipswich. He was
a decent player at Ipswich.
But the thing is,
if he didn't have the 30 million, if he wasn't capped at 30 million, are you telling me that nobody would have paid more? Are you telling me someone wouldn't have paid 40 million? 100%.
I don't want him. I don't care, bro. I don't want you.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
He was at Stoke 2 years ago. Fucking Stoke, bro. 2 years ago.
Saying someone would have paid more than 40 million. I need to know.
They would have. I'm telling you.
Okay, no, I believe you. What clubs would they have been?
Yeah.
United, Tottenham, as I just mentioned.
Man United were not paying 40 million for Delap.
They would have.
Absolutely not.
No. Tottenham
No,
would
they
definitely
wouldn't
not have paid 40 million. They just spent 70 million on Solanke. They wouldn't have
And they just bought Mbuemo for 50. You're telling me they just bought Mbuemo for 50, and they're going to spend.
This is before they bought Sesko. And again, one of the main reasons they got Sesko was because they were running out of options.
So, hang on, you're telling me they bought Mbuemo for 50 and they would have spent around about the same or just under 4?
I don't remember the timings of when they signed Mbuemo and when Delap was linked with them. I'm just saying that if you're telling me no clubs would have been willing to spend 30 or 40 million on Delap, then I just don't think that's true.
No, they would have done. You're talking about your West Hams and Evertons is what I was getting at. You're talking about the teams that we should not be associated with.
That's it. I mean,
at the time, it was us, Tottenham, and Man United. We were the three biggest
clubs.
No,
it was Everton were interested in him as well as were West Ham. The only reason those two dropped.
Okay, so even more
reason those two dropped out is because he said he wanted a Champions League club. That's the only reason we got him over you, not because he wanted a Champions League club.
So I don't understand what the point is.
No, but he's trying to say no top clubs in Europe, like the big boys, would have wanted a player like Liam Delap.
No,
it's like,
and like,
I'm not saying Tottenham are a top club, but I mean United were interested. That was what was put out there. So I mean, I'm not giving you an opinion. I'm saying what I was reading at the time, and what I do remember as well is that nobody was complaining at the time when we bought him for 30 million. I remember that as well.
United aren't really a model for signing over the past 5 years.
I'm not flippy. I'm not lying. When we get our 40, you know what? Not bad. But I did say we need to get another striker on top of that. I knew Delap is a project striker. We've got João Pedro. To be honest, João Pedro
is over the project striker.
And he had the goods. But Delap, I can't even put any words into my mind to describe how poor this guy is, bro.
He needs to be. He needs to be the case study.
I don't know what. Okay, you know when we played against City when we had that manager in for that one game.
Yes, Delap had a good game. He had a good game.
Yeah. And I was seeing what we could potentially do with him, but now I want to see him playing. He's making runs. He's not getting the ball. He's dropping deep. He's not holding the ball up. His first touch, mate. I've seen better first touches. I don't even want to say the word. I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to. Yeah, because all that jazz.
Don't say the word.
I've seen better first touches. I just don't get it, bro. I'm honestly, I'm baffled. 60 million for Kittens, 30 million for Delap. 40 million.
We had Nkunku, Mudryk, Jackson, Madueke last season.
And everybody was cooking me last season for defending Nkunku and saying that this guy's fucking good. What we do? Like, how we manage this player?
I don't rate him enough to stop, but he's a better rotation player.
Me. I'll tell you what, we would all take Nkunku back in a heartbeat.
No, I wouldn't. He's still been asked.
Would you rather have Nkunku or Delap?
Neither.
That's not a good answer, and you know it. And you know the answer's Nkunku.
No. Yeah, no, I'd rather have neither because that should not be a debate you need to have. The answer should not.
It's a debate that we can have. We can
Alex, that's like saying, do I want to shovel shit with my right hand or my left hand? Like,
no, it's not. It's like saying, do you want to shovel shit with your hand or with a shovel? I mean, that's what I'm asking.
Nkunku was bad. I don't think you realize how bad that guy was.
You have to love the guy, but he was better than
if the answer to the question is either Nkunku or Delap, the question's wrong. You failed. The question's wrong if the answer is
Nkunku or Delap.
Bring Diego Costa off his arse at the age of 36-year-old.
Bro, I'm taking Giroud started tonight for Lille. I'm taking him back over Delap.
Yeah,
I didn't ask you about Giroud. I didn't ask.
But yeah, like just on the Delap thing very quickly, he should be a case study going forward for any club. By the way, it's not just Chelsea. Never sign a player after 1 year.
This is one question that I've been thinking about the last few weeks now because I've just kept quiet. I've not really been into Chelsea. I ain't gonna lie. I'm so far away from the club at the minute. Where did we go from here with the players that we got?
I can't lie. I don't want to look forward. It's depressing. I'd rather just.
I'm scared.
I don't want to look forward. It's depressing. There is no solution forward. There's no nothing. I don't want to look forward. I want to cook this manager more because he deserves it. And there's other things I've got to get off my chest with this manager. Like he is
I hate him, bro.
a coward. He's a coward.
I hate him, bro.
He
I fucking hate him, bro.
Hate is a strong word. I strongly dislike him as a manager. I strongly dislike.
But Kev,
It's a
let's
strong word.
speak, and then you come in.
I strongly dislike him as a manager and some of the way he does things. He is a coward for the way he scapegoated some of these players. In the Wrexham game, it was disgusting. Why is Sarr coming off when he was the best centre-back? Why is Hato coming off when he was arguably our best player in the game? Why are these players coming off? Why did Josh didn't have a good game? Number one, he's not a fucking right wing back. I don't know if that was obvious to anyone else but myself before that game. He's just not a right wing back. He then scores the goal. I'm not saying he was good, but he scores the goal that brings it to a tie, and you immediately sub him off for Gusto. Immediately sub him off. Why are these guys the scapegoats, but Tossin and Badia Shill and some of these dog shit players still getting opportunities and still giving a chance? You're a fucking coward. Because if you had any balls, if you had anything about you, you would play the young kids. Because you did that at Strasbourg. You were willing to do it at Strasbourg. You were willing to just go the young guys. You know, Penders came in, immediately started over the 30-year-old keeper they had and over other guys. You know, he was doing that at centre-back as well. We made Sarr captain. Vice captain. He made a mega captain. He was willing to do that at Strasbourg. Now he's here. Now he's in the bright lights. He's a coward. He is also full of shit. Alex, we had debates on this, you, me, and Charlie, about some of the stuff he says. It's continued. His comments are fucking winding me up. He's like Poch. He'll say one thing, his actions won't be the same. He'll do one thing, and then his words won't match. He will never be successful under this manager because he cannot manage at the top level. He cannot manage big games. Every big game we've had, he's bottled. We played Arsenal 3 times and he's got it wrong every single time. We played PSG and he got it wrong. And we played Napoli and he got it wrong. And the only reason we won that game is because João Pedro went Super Saiyan. That's the only reason we won that game.
And not to mention that second leg against Arsenal, we didn't even have a go until the last 10 to 15
Well,
minutes.
I will say, I thought he managed the Napoli game quite well. You can talk about the goals, but I thought the substitutions, like the way he managed it,
the substitutions he made was to bring
the ball with his left foot outside the box.
The substitutions he made, we've had this bit. The substitutions he made were bringing the guys that should have started off the bench and not having one centre back on the football pitch. Oh my God. Alex, you could have made that decision not having one centre-back on the pitch.
Yeah, but I'm not going to criticise something that's good.
No, I'm not going to. No, you're right. I'm not going to praise him. I'm not going to praise him for doing the obvious and for fixing mistakes that you made, which you didn't need to do. And like I said, the only reason we win that game anyway, after the subs, is because of João Pedro.
Yeah.
And in fact, João Pedro is the reason why we won most of our games under Rosenior. Funnily enough.
Scott, you haven't even Scott, you failed to mention that he's probably had one of the easiest runnings we've ever seen for a manager at Chelsea. Do you want to talk about that?
I don't even know what the running is. You can talk about it in a moment. But he's a coward.
Yeah. He had the easiest runnings, and he still couldn't beat Leeds home. Still couldn't beat Burnley home. Well.
Yeah, he's a coward, and he's actively making us worse in areas. Like I said, the defensive structure is pathetic, and yeah, like I'm tired of him. I don't have the energy like Kev to be in or out. Like I'm not in, obviously, but I'm not out because in 18 months he won't be here. So I don't care. In 18 months he won't be here. We'll be on to Gary O'Neill, and who cares? I will not support this man. I'm not going to support him because he makes decisions I hate. Like if you're going to subscribe and buy into this youth thing, play the youth. Like I said earlier with the centre backs, like.
We've got two young, talented centre backs in a Champong and Sarr. If we're just playing in the AFCON final and winning it.
You asked for a centre back. You got your guy in Sarr, right? We brought back your guy. He now isn't playing, and you're what's it called? You're scapegoating him in games or subbing off when you don't need to. Like, yeah, we're not going to win anything anyway. We're not winning the FA Cup. I'm telling you that now.
So just to be clear, Scott, just on this super chat. Crackx Dodo says the entire board can. I don't even know what that means. Liam F off prick. So obviously he's Rosenior out. Are we all Rosenior out in the panel?
Again, I'm not Rosenior out. I don't care.
He's Bluco out. Rosenior shouldn't be here.
I'm Bluco out.
I know that. No, but that's obvious. I mean, if you're not Bluco out at this point, I don't know.
I was going to say I'm Rosenior. Who gives a fuck? He won't be here in 18 months.
Same with Garnacho. We buy him and we're going to flip him in 6 months.
Do you know what? Do you know what the worst thing I'm about to say is? Garnacho is our most effective winger currently. And this is another thing. Oh my god, no, this is another thing. Right, cool.
No, but I'm saying, oh my god, because it's actually true.
Bro, my head is hot when it comes to this manager. I don't like Garnacho. People understand my thoughts on him as a player, but you want to play players on form, on merit. You want to do this bullshit with the goalkeeper, right? Our most effective and informed winger is Garnacho. He got 3 minutes yesterday. Santos has been our best midfielder since he arrived. One bad game. Hold on. One bad game from Santos.
Bringing him on. What was even the point bringing him on? What was even the point?
One bad game from Santos, by the way, after being our best midfielder since he came in and he's dropped. Scapegoated again because he's the young guy. But that was his guy. We were told that's his guy. Things are going to change now. Nope. One bad game, he's out the team. He's a fucking coward. If you're going to do this, whatever it's called, like playing on good performances, on form, on merit. That's the word I was trying to think.
I've got Liam Rosenior's games here. Yeah, that he's had under Chelsea. Let's just talk about how easy his run-in was. Yeah, he didn't play. He wasn't managing the Fulham game. He was just in the stands. He had Charlton away. Yeah, in the FA Cup. Then he had Arsenal in the League Cup. We lost 3-2. Then he had Brentford at home 2-0. Then he had Paphos. Then he had Crystal Palace. After
that Brentford game, by the way.
Oliver Glasner said good. Oliver Glasner tapped out and Mark Gahey left. Then Napoli, where João Pedro saved us 3-2. Then the Chelsea West Ham game where we were diabolical and we pulled it back. Then we lose to Arsenal again in another test. Then we've got Wolves, one of the worst Premier League teams. Then we've got Leeds at home. 2-2. Then we've got Hull. Then we've got Burnley. Yeah. And then guess what happens after that? Another test. Arsenal. He fails again. And finally, a test that he passes, which is Aston Villa. But guess what? Aston Villa had their whole midfield bloody injured. And they're in some of the worst form they've been in for some
Brentford
time.
game, by the way, that's our only clean sheet under Rosenior in the league, and we should have held 3, if not more.
Kev, man, I haven't heard much from you. Go on. Let's let Kev chime in.
I'm just, I just really wanted to take just the minimal bits of positivity from, the managerial choice what the board made in January. Like Scott said a bit ago, I'm not in or out. I was never in for him. When Maresca got sacked, I didn't think he deserved to get sacked. I thought he deserved to get backed. I think he deserved better centre backs, better goalkeeper, what he was crying out for. And as he said, the running that Rosenior's had, I think us four could have put a team together and some training methods together to beat them teams in front of us. Facts, bro. The only test that we've had, we failed. We flopped. I'm not. And, he's had what we know. Probably he's into his 15th game, let's say, probably 15th game, being realistic.
Yeah.
What is he trying to do? When I see the football, it's a bit of a mix-up of Maresca. It's a bit slow, playing at the back. What is his style of football? Because when he came in, the way he was speaking, he wants to play this attacking, fluent, forward-thinking football with the wingers and this and that. Are you seeing that, bro? I'm still seeing the same slow, play at the back rubbish, and then the keeper's making mistakes, bro. So he's a liar, bro. He's a liar, bro. He's not doing what he's saying on the tin, bro.
So just be specific. So when you say he's lying, what is it about?
The style of football that I'm witnessing is not the same style of football that when he had the interview when he first come. I like to play this forward, pressing, high intensity football. It's not that, bro. It's the total opposite. It's the same football, the same structure that
it's Poch. It's similar to
Poch. Bro.
So
it's no different, bro.
We were told around the Arsenal game, the second leg, or the league game, I can't remember, that he couldn't change the style too much, and that was something that he'd have more of an influence on next season because he didn't want to change everything. Which, by the way, I have to admit, like that makes a little bit of sense, right? You're not going to fucking change everything. You want to have a proper preseason where you can go through things. I say that you're going to have a World Cup anyway, so that's not going to be easy. But I mean, I don't have anything against what Rosenior has said. I mean, I think he's tried to speak in the best way possible to show ambition, but also he has to protect himself.
He's a very
And
good talker,
that's where
bro.
people are
No,
getting
I'm not gonna lie.
obviously frustrated.
The guy, he could be a very good salesman. He's a very good pundit. He talks a good talk, bro. But what I'm seeing, bro, when I see this Wrexham game, when I see this PSG game, when I went to the Arsenal game, he can talk all that shit to me, bro. But that style of football is fucking embarrassing, bro. So what's the point?
I mean,
Talking
the style of football was it? Sorry, what's embarrassing about the style of football? I'm not actually arguing against you. I'm just trying to dig into what you're thinking.
Was
The
he not in
defensive
Paris
structure is
yesterday, bro?
as bad as it was on the pitch.
Was you not in Paris yesterday?
Of course, I was in Paris.
Is that not embarrassing to you, bro? Was you not? Was you at Wrexham? I watched that Wrexham game. I was in Jamaica. I watched that Wrexham game. Me and my dad fucking looked at the TV and we fucking walked out, bro. You think are you not embarrassed about the style of football, bro? Are you happy?
Let me say one thing.
I don't believe that the style of football
thing.
though is entirely Rosenior. I mean, we just literally spoke about that.
Who is it then, bro? He's the manager.
There's an element of Rosenior in there, but he's using the style that Maresca started, and he's just continuing with a few, a few tweaks. I don't like the style that Maresca's playing. I don't like the style. I'm not a fan of the style. But I mean, is that honestly the reason that people don't like this manager? Just because of the style?
If anything, bro, it's got worse.
In terms of what? In terms of what?
Our defensive structure is worse. Our defensive structure is legitimately worse. Like our defensive structure is non-existent.
Bro, at least in Maresca, we knew that it was keep ball football, possession-based football, plays in areas, etc., etc. Inverted wing backs. I don't know what this football is now, bro. What is the football now, bro? What is it?
You read the game.
You go to the games. Oh, we a counter-attacking team. Oh, we a pressing team. Oh, we a keep ball team. What are we now?
Well, I think Rosenior tries to change it every game, but that's the thing is we struggle to find an identity.
Can I say something? Can I say something? Yeah, you see, I feel like what differentiates some of the elite managers is their ability to work with what they got. This is why I think Enzo Maresca was a very high level manager, because he realized, hold on, I think Enzo Maresca is one of those managers where he wants his keeper to have the ball, but he knows. I'm sorry. He tried it with Robert Sanchez, and he said, "You know what? It's not going to work. Like, as he's got a very good ping on him. Let me play to his strengths. Let me play with a back three, invert a fullback. We'll play through that central centre back, and from time to time, you can play it short, but if in doubt, you can use that ping and hit the flanks. That's what made Enzo Maresca a very good manager, and that's what made us win that Club World Cup against PSG. Like, working with what you have. Like, if Liam Rosenior was to manage West Brom from back in the day, do you think he'd be trying to pass out from the back? But that's not going to help you. You need to hoof it to Salomon Rondon and work from there, because that's what you've got. We don't have the capability to literally play in between two centre backs. I'm sorry, we just don't have that. And you are, because of your stubbornness and your arrogance, you're costing us in the biggest game of our season. I have not seen us play in the round of 16 for 3 flipping years. I was so excited for this game. I was like, I haven't, because that allure of the Champions League, you want to be proud of your club, and the embarrassment of those 10 minutes. It just showed inexperience. It just leads to inconsistency. We've got an inexperienced manager.
You are absolutely right, bro. Absolutely right. Look, lads, just picture in your mind, bro. Last 10 minutes in the game, you've got João Pedro that you brought off the bench, who, for me personally, is pretty decent at holding the ball up.
You took him off. He didn't bring him off.
Why are you continuing to play out the back? Why not just hoof it into their half, get your centre backs up the pitch, press them up the pitch, and try and keep them up there, and just see the game out? And
we were having fun down that left-hand side because of Marquinhos' pace and Neto counteracting that.
It's inexperience from the manager, from the goalkeeper, from the players. For me personally, bro, if that was me in the last 10 minutes of the game and I wanted a keeper at the start of the game to play football, I'd be sending a note to him to say, look, fuck this, play about football now. Let's get the ball up the pitch. We play the ball straight to him, give him a goal. The whole team capitulates, and we're 5-2 down now, out of the Champions League, done. This is what I'm saying, bro, about the management, the players, the whole of it, bro. It is fucking embarrassing, bro. That's it. There's nothing that can change my mind, bro. This is it. Yeah. And Alex, you go to witness this on a weekly basis, bro. And I feel for you, bro. I honestly do. Because this is not a professional setup anymore, bro.
You know what it is, boys, let's get real as well, yeah. Let's just get
boys,
real.
can I
It's
just
not a
read this
professional
super
setup,
chat
bro.
and then we can
Yeah,
go.
I want to say something. I want to say, go ahead, read it. Yeah.
Okay. A big up to Shay as well. Thank you very much, mate. He says everyone can debate all they want, but this is all being caused by Bluecoat. Liam is the guy they want. Fans need to boycott games and stop buying merch. That's it. Lazio are doing it better than us. And I think, Shay, you make a great point. I mean, this is an argument we've had before. Just to give you my opinion on this, as a season ticket holder, I obviously pay all of my money up front. So when people say boycott games, that might work if you're a member. But if you've already paid your money and you're a season ticket holder, as much as you want to stick it to Bluecoat, you're not just going to give them your money and not turn up. So, I mean, that's the only problem that I would have as a season ticket holder. In terms of merch, that's easy. Just check out okjerseys.com. Check them out. Get some cheap China. I think they're Chinese or something. Get some cheap Chinese
was good back in the day.
You know what? You know what it is now, boys.
Big up anyway, Shay.
Now, you know what? There's nothing we can do now. There's nothing we can do, bro.
Can I say something?
Protest. We can moan. We can do what we want, bro. This is it, bro. This is Chelsea now, bro. It's done. I'm not even asked now. Like I said, win, lose, draw.
Let me say something. Let's get real for a second, isn't it? We are in. Let's be real about the situation that most people in the UK are dealing with right now. We are in a cost of living crisis, and people are still using their heart after people work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and they've paid all their rent, they've paid their gas and electricity, they've paid their council tax, they've paid for this, they've paid for that. They're left with pennies. And what do the Chelsea fans do? The last bit of pennies that they have that they're scrounging around for, they use that on their travel, and they use that on their season ticket, they use that on their membership, and they get their arse down to Stamford Bridge, they get their arse down to Sunderland, to Fulham, to all of these places to go and support these boys. Yeah. And this ownership is taken. They don't appreciate that. They don't appreciate that. They don't know what we're going through, and they fail to work with us. This is people. Remember when they were coming, they said that they're gonna build a team to compete on all fronts in 5 years. We are 4 years in. 4 flipping years. Okay. People have gotten a uni degree in less time than that. They spent 2.5 billion. 2.5 billion can buy you some elite clubs in Europe. Okay? That is not chump change. That is a lot of money. And we still have such incompetence in our whole squad of 22. It's shocking. It's disgusting.
And the debt as well.
It's embarrassing. Yeah? Chelsea women are the only thing. Chelsea women are the only good thing about Chelsea right now. I'll be honest.
Oh, they're ruining that as well. They're ruining that as well.
Ruining what?
Chelsea women.
Oh God. Who was the guy they got rid of? Was it Neil?
Paul Green.
Paul Green, not Neil Bath.
No, Neil Bath was the head of the youth, whole youth thing, who decided to leave. He didn't even get sacked. Well. He walked. Yeah, he walked.
Paul. When I read more about Paul Green, I was like, God.
And boys,
I've just heard that one of our better players, who's won 6.
Guro Wrighton, who's been here 6.5 years, has left.
She's left for Gotham FC. Never even heard.
They're a team in the NWSL, America.
Guys, can I also add here? What's it called? Are you not worried that we are getting further and further away from the cities?
Yeah, bro. Like this is why I don't want to focus on the future, because there's nothing positive about the future with this football club. Like I genuinely just get depressed. I don't I don't want to think about what's to come. I don't want to think about the summer and about next season, about the season after that, what's to come after Rosenior and what's to come after some of these players, because it's just depressing because there is nothing. We are holding on to some flimsy, you know, wild hope that some of these players click. Like we as fans have to hope that Penders is the second coming of Courtois. We have to hope that Sarr and Anselmino are the second coming of, you know, Maldini and guys like that. We have to hope that Ordóñez, when he comes in, is the second coming of Maldini. We have to hope that Denner kid is the second coming of Marcelo at left back. We have to hope that, like, I don't even know who we're buying in at striker. We have to hope that, like, maybe Dewan Richards, even though he's not playing at Leicester, suddenly turns into the second coming of R9. Like, that's the only hope we have for this team, because if these guys don't turn out good, there's nothing. It's another round of we're just going to buy 18-year-olds. We're not going to compete for anything. The only slim chance we have is maybe they manage to find some random manager. Like maybe Felipe Luis comes in next and he somehow manages to drag this team to like a cup or something, or a Europa League.
You know, we have, you know, Chelsea, we're on the brink of history. Let me just add something there. You know, these owners, if they played their cards right, they could have helped Chelsea do something very historic. Like if we win the league in the 2020s, that's 3 consecutive decades where we've won a league title. And then if you go into the 2030s, you could do it for four straight decades. That is historic. Like you could propel this club to historic heights. And the fact that all the issues are right in front of your eyes and you don't want to fix it. Like think about it. Boys, do you know how historic that is to win in 4 different decades? A title in 4 different decades. You're literally touching Manchester United, like you're touching like Bayern Munich, like these Juventus, these sorts of clubs, like what they've done. Like those are incredible achievements that we could actually do, but these lot just don't want to work with us.
We're a long way. We're a long way from winning the Premier League. Long way. And answer to your question, I'm more worried about cities and Liverpool. These teams are well away from us, and they're going to be for the foreseeable, bro. We know in the transfer window next time round.
I'm going to say something very controversial.
We're not signing the league. There's no point even. There's no point. Listen. There's no point even thinking in your head. There's no point even. You know, I used to have that bit of. You know, yeah. You know what? We might go and do some good business. That's done now. I don't look at January, bro. Let's look at January, for instance, bro. Who's in the pudding? There's no money left. This is it. This is it.
You know.
No getting out. No hiding from it. And the thing is, you know what it is. This is what gets me. Isn't football meant to be for entertainment? You know when you go, say that's 3-4 years ago. Yeah. Do you know when you used to go to a game? I used to be buzzing to when I got a ticket, I'd be like, yeah, I used to be counting down the days to go to, because I don't go regularly. I used to count down to the days to go to the bridge. You know what? Now I couldn't think of anything fucking worse than going to see that shit, bro. It's more of a chore. It's for me to drive down anywhere I'm going now or pay for a train. What am I doing, bro?
I'm gonna say something very controversial.
Especially when you're self-employed as well, Kev, because you think I could be going around in some money instead of watching this.
I you know what? If the football was entertaining and I could see some passion and I could see some good managerial decisions and stop cutting out these mistakes, you know what? Yeah. But I go to games and it's continuously the same rubbish. Every time I go, I'm done with even going, bro. If I get a ticket to go to a game now, I go. If I don't go, I don't even watch it on TV. I'd rather flick from a phone and Instagram than watch that shit I see, bro. I don't get anything from it, bro.
Kev, I'm gonna let me say something controversial.
Listen,
let me say something very controversial.
I sat there on Saturday and I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch this Wrexham game because I never get no time. And after about 10 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? Let me just add to that, yeah? You see some of our best players, like the Caicedos, the Reece James, the Cole Palmers, if they were to submit a transfer request, I do not blame them. Shall I tell you why? Because these boys are in their 20s. They have a short career. Football is a very short career, and you want to look back at some memory.
You want to look back at lifting titles. You want to look back at you want to look back at all of the good times. You don't want to constantly be in a project. Same way that happened with Samir Nasri, and he decided to go to Manchester City because Arsenal weren't getting their act together. Same way Van Persie chose to go to Manchester United because Arsenal kept coming and telling him, "Oh, look at how profitable we are." No, I want to look back and look at a title. No, thank you. I'm going. I've worked with you. Gael Clichy, Bakary Sagna, all of these guys left. That same thing is going to happen to Chelsea in the next coming years. And mark my words, and when those boys leave, even if it's Reece James, I don't blame them. Leave and go win something in your career because I don't blame you. You're not going to win anything with this ownership at all.
By the way, I need to share something with everyone. I feel like some people might already know about what's been on Twitter today on X.
Mm-hmm.
But Matisse was he was invited to go and meet Daniel Finkelstein along with other fans, and for whatever reason, I can't flip and pull it up. Why is my Twitter not working?
If you're talking about one thing, you're talking about those are two separate things, by the way.
Listen, I don't see why everyone talks about this Matisse, bro. Do you know that he's bought, bro? Do you know that?
He's not.
A brown envelope. You know that?
No, he's not. He's not. He
not.
cusses the hell out of that ownership. He cusses.
He's not a brown envelope. He's not bought.
Was this guy saying a few months ago that we've got 2 world-class goalkeepers, bro? And then last night, all of a sudden now.
He's never said that about
He was always against Robert Sanchez.
He's never said that about Jorgensen.
He's always been against Robert Sanchez, but he praised him when he was in good form.
He's a flipper, bro. He's a flipper, bro.
I mean, he's not. Like, you can watch his content, you can see he's not. He's been calling out this ownership group for time. He's been calling out these players for time.
When Garnacho signed, I remember he was saying, "I'm not happy because he's going to be gone in 10 months." He said something like that. He's the furthest thing from bought. He's been calling out these owners for a good few years, and I commend him for that because I don't want to say names, but there are a lot of some Chelsea content creators, not a lot, some who for some reason like. They will never say anything bad about these owners. They won't say anything bad about this manager, and I don't know why.
But
what is it that you saw, Alex? What is it?
I'm just pulling up now. Okay, let me read the tweet. The
two things that you're talking about are different moments, by the way. They're not the same thing.
Okay, we'll clarify that. So he tweeted, just to clarify, yes, Daniel Finkelstein invited me to a meeting along with other fans around the time of protest to shed some light and answers to the many problems that we have with the ownership, from commercial deals, lack of front of shirt, first team and multi-club model purchases via directors, vivid seats, stadium plans, heavy briefing, CFC, LDN, marketing and nepotism in staff hires across the club. It was a good conversation, and he was very kindly clear that he did not invite me to manipulate and change my opinion on the ownership, just to explain their point of view and plan. Since then, my opinion on Blueco out has not changed. I do not trust the recruitment of the directors. I don't praise the short-term front of shirt and mentioned the money lost over the past 2 seasons with the 60 million asking price. They are in a deficit. I didn't mention it as there's no new information that we didn't already know. The club are stubborn with their approach. They think they're heading in the right direction and will continue with what they're doing. I have no interest in being an ITK, which means someone that's in the know. I'm a fan with opinions, and that won't change until I see serious improvement at all levels of the club, which I don't see happening. So as I said months ago when Maresca was sacked, Blueco out, and I'm not in the game of repeating myself. If my stances change, then I'll say so.
Who is David Finkelstein? Who the
Daniel
hell is
Finkelstein.
So David Finkelstein is one of the, I don't know what his position is, but he is like part of the group.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daniel Finkelstein is one of the guys that came in as like part of the group with like Bowley and whatnot.
He doesn't own Chelsea. He's a politician.
Yeah.
He's a politician who was basically given the role of being the lead fan advisor. All right. So he has no control of anything at Chelsea, but he's like the bridge between the fans and, let's just call it, the ownership. So, for example, a couple of years ago, I when we were sacking Poch, like, I messaged Daniel Finkelstein. I was like, "What the?" I didn't say, "What the fuck are we doing?" But I said something along that lines, and he actually responds and like gives you, some sort of like a genuine answer, I guess. But he's a politician.
He's a bit like the guy we met at Sheffield. What's his name? Michael.
Yeah. Well, Michael. If I'm not wrong, Michael works. That's the guy you think that he works for Daniel Finkelstein. Like, he works with him, right?
Michael saying no. Michael saying no.
Well, I wasn't a big fan of Michael either, because I messaged him when things were going, poorly. I'm sure your job is to be in charge of the communications between the fans and the club, and you just ignored my message. So I didn't appreciate that at all. So I don't really see what the point of.
I seen Michael at City. I seen him at City, mate.
Michael, well, yeah, but Kev, I mean, your relationship with Michael is different to mine, because your relationship, you do football coaching and stuff like that. We won't get into it. And I'm just speaking from a fan perspective. I messaged the guy, "What is going on here? Please, can you give me some clarity?" And I got nothing back. So what's the point of having all these fan advisory boards if actually there's not going to be any real communication with fans, or if there is, it's not genuine, right? It's very flippy floppy.
This is just a link up for the boys. That's what this is. Yeah, you want a job? Come here, man. I'll give you a job. We've got a rugby coaching. Like, this is a joke.
By the way, I don't have anything against Willie Issa, as much as everyone tries to mud him. Like, I don't actually have a problem with Willie Issa. Willie Issa's there to help with the culture. He's not part of the coaching team, right? So his job is
football. The easiest way to win football and the structure that you should have is a very tight-knit group. Owner, sporting director, manager, very simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There was always going to be people, whether we had a good manager or not, that had jobs in and around it. I mean, that's just part of being in a big establishment. I don't think Willie Issa's the problem at Chelsea. Willie Issa would do the same thing if Mourinho was in charge, or Tuchel. It would be the same.
The biggest problem with Willie Issa, it's not Willie Issa, it's the fact we know who Willie Issa is. Like, because for all I know, Arsenal might have the same. No one knows if they do. No, even if by some grace of God we found out Arsenal had a Willie Issa, no one would be able to tell you their name. The reason we know Willie Issa's name is because of it got reported like so much. Because we also tried it with that other dude. I don't remember his name. Like, and this is the problem. I don't care that Willie Issa works for us. I care that we know that Willie Issa works for us. In the same way that, like, some of these guys we've hired and we've had come in and around the team, and the fact that I can tell you the names of CFOs we've had work for this football club under Bluecoat is not a good thing, because I should not give a shit. I shouldn't know as a football fan who the CFO of Chelsea Football Club is. And the fact that I know of the last CFO, I can't remember who the current one is. I can tell you the name of the last one we had. That is not good. I should not know who the CFO of Chelsea Football Club is.
You know where that comes from, Scott? You know that comes from, Scott? That comes from when you're looking at something, when you're looking at your club and something's very wrong, and you're looking at a level of incompetence, you're like, hold on, let me start looking into these guys. Your mind literally goes away from the game that you love to let me look at who the hell is running my establishment. Because this is more your club than it is Barley. It's more your club than all of these guys.
The situation is savable, boys. You know the reason why? Because there's that many people that have paid for this club, that love this club, that will jump at the opportunity to come back. Talking about your JTs, your Balaks, you're talking about your Drogbas. They've all made it clear that they'd come back and help Chelsea to get back to the standard. Like, put Michael Balak as his sporting director, put Drogba as your advisor, put JT as your assistant, and put these people that know the DNA of the club in positions to help get the club back. But they're not going to do it. The owners will not do it, because guess what? Because they will start, these old players will start putting out that the board and the people in these places don't want the best for Chelsea. Simple as that.
And there's a massive balance of love, the balance of love for those guys compared to these guys.
You see Man United right now. You see Man United struggling, bringing Michael Carrick, bringing a couple of people that know about the club, and look what Man United are doing now. It's not going to happen at Chelsea, because the people that know the club, they'll come in, they'll probably end up fucking leaving after 2 weeks or getting sacked, because They want the owners do not want people around the club that want the best of the club. The owners only want people around that are going to fill the pockets, bro. And it's as simple as that. This is why I believe Chelsea's done, because the only way I can see us getting back up to speed now is bringing people in that know the club, and it's not just not going to happen, because it would have happened with JT. If you was a smart owner now and you wanted your club back up, you would have took Liam Rosenior in as your manager, and you would have got JT in as assistant. JT assistant, he can deal with the defensive stuff. He can deal with the personalities in his team. He knows about the club. Liam Rosenior can just concentrate on his man management and tactics and stuff like that. But why haven't they got JT in? Because JT wouldn't touch this club with a barge pole. And this is the thing
I'll be
now.
honest, those guys that you named,
never gonna
Michael
see-
Ballack,
never
Didier
gonna see
Drogba, JT, Frank Lampard, you need to remember
Yeah.
who these guys are. These are winners at all costs. They're not going to stand for that
Never gonna see
bullshit.
it.
They're not going to stand for it. The moment that these lot try turning them into yes men, they'll they'll verbally slap them across the face and say, hold on, that's not happening. And literally, they're the type of people to come out and speak to the club, these guys. They will literally speak to us. They'll tell us everything. They'll tell us the ins and outs. And that's what they don't want. They don't want that balance. They want that balance of power. They want to be the guys. Yeah, this is my club. I run shit. It's my way or the highway. Hence why Tuchel left. Hence why Poch left. Hence why Lamps left. Hence why Maresca left. It's their way or the highway. And their way, unfortunately, you know what I mean? It's off a cliff. Like it just leads you off a cliff.
They're not bothered. They're not bothered about. They're not bothered about Chelsea. They're not bothered about winning. They're not bothered about the fans. It's clear to see the direction of the club. Like Scott said, it's worrying, bro. Because you know what? The last few seasons I had hope, and I thought, you know what, this summer we might go and do something. But when you go and sign the Lap Gittins and fucking Garnacho, bro, that's it, done. Hope's done, bro.
Do you know who was available that window as well,
Good.
boys? You know who was available? Rodrigo was available that window. Bastoni was available.
We're
Osimhen was
never getting
available.
Rodrigo.
Bro, there were so many people available. Like,
Could have got Semenyo.
We could have got Semenyo.
Yeah, Semenyo would have been fucking brilliant.
You know what I mean? Like,
No
Bastoni was there.
ambition.
Mark Gay, he was available. Oh my god!
There's no ambition. There's no ambition, boys.
I think that was one of
No
the best
ambition.
windows in terms of availability for class players. That was one of the best windows. Next window, people say like they're done with Bluco. I'm done with them, but I have a small grain of hope that maybe this summer they turn around and say, "Fuck this model, it's not working." But that's why I said sports. That's why I said.
No
That's why I
chance,
said I
mate.
have a small bit of hope. Maybe they just change their ways this summer. I don't think they will. That's the thing. I just don't think they will.
You know this summer we're gonna sign about 10 under 21 players. That's it. I know now. Facts, bro. I'd like to think there's something different gonna happen, but
In order to
unfortunately,
sign, we'd have to get rid of a lot of players because we got so many players coming back as well from loan. Oh my god.
yeah. Alex, where do we finish up, mate? Where do we finish up? Because I'm ready for bed. Where do we finish up?
I mean, this could go on forever. I guess it's good to be back, guys. It's good to be back, isn't it? Back in the
They bring on Newcastle.
back in the world of Chelsea
Is
YouTube.
Newcastle at home or away?
I don't care.
Home.
Well, you know
To be fair,
we've got more like we've got more
Got a good
red
record.
cards. You know, even Newcastle at home, even if it's at home, I don't really trust us because we've got more red cards than home wins this season. Just so you know, that's one of the best stats I've seen this season.
I mean, yeah, let us know what you think in the chat if you agree or disagree with anything that anyone said. Smash the like button as well if you haven't already. It makes a difference. This is a tough time. And I want to make it very clear. I am not a YouTuber. I don't have to do this. This is not my job. So if you enjoy it, please support the channel. It helps. We're going to drag ourselves on stream after Newcastle as well. We will do it. We'll drag us. I needed a couple of games. Even with the wins, I needed a couple of games because the feeling never really changed for me. But we'll see what happens. appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Big up to you as well, Kev, making the return. Big up to you, Scott. Always a pleasure. Saeed, good to see you, mate. And we will catch up very soon, guys. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your evening.